The OFDC A4 splice patch is an outdoor fiber distribution closure rated for above or below grade use, suitable for cable diameters up to 0.47 inch or 12 millimeters. The A4 comes in two versions, a splice only version and a splice patch version. The splice version will support 48 splice sleeves. The patch version will support 24 splice sleeves, as well as 4 SC adapters or 8 LC adapters. Slack storage is designed for G.657 fiber. Buffer tube storage is not supported. The A4 is a compact closure designed for bend sensitive glass. It will support feeder cable diameters from 0.17 inch to 0.47 inch or 4.5 millimeter to 12 millimeter. The OFDC A4 will support 4 round drops from 0.08 inch to 0.23 inch or 2 millimeter to 6 millimeter. It'll support 4 standard flat drops at 0.3 inch by 0.17 inch or 8 millimeter by 4.5 millimeter. It will support 8 mini flat drops at 0.22 inch by 0.11 inch or 5.6 millimeter by 2.8 millimeter. When you open your box, you'll find a QR label inside. This QR label will take you to the CommScope webpage where you'll find relevant literature. You're also going to find the rest of your parts, your port plugs, cable tie wraps and tapes, your gel block and hardware, and your closure. Inside will be the splice trays and the patch tray. Alright, to begin, take your tray assembly, find your gel block, and insert the gel block into these channels of the tray base. Orient your gel block so that the screw is pointing up the same direction on the side that your adapters are on, and you'll also notice that there's 4 ports on the gel block that'll match up to the adapter ports on the tray. Then turn it over. Take your tie wraps and pre-position these so that the cable ties are ready when you get ready to place your cable into the base. And take your 2 number 2 Phillips and place them for your Kevlar management. Now you're ready to prepare for cable. The mid-sheath opening for an OFDC A4 is 39.5 inches. Mark your cable. Remove the jacket, remove the buffer tube. Okay, we've just opened our cable to 39.5 inches for a mid-sheath opening. We're going to go ahead and put our foam tape on. That's going to help with the adhesion to the hose clamps that we're going to use to fix the cable to the closure. First piece of foam tape is going to go right up to the edge of your ring cut. The second piece will be 2¼ inches away from the ring cut. Alright, now that your cable's prepped to 39.5 inches, we're going to go ahead and put it in the closure. First step will be to remove the gel block by pinching these tabs and pulling the upper piece of the gel block out. We're also going to remove the 900 micron in here to get it out of the way for easier install. Alright, so you got your cable installed, you got your gel block in place. We're going to go ahead and put the adapter bulkhead back in the closure. It's going to involve routing the 900 micron around to the back side, and we're going to use this retention clip on the end of the closure to secure the fiber as it comes around. All right, once you've stored your 900 slack, we're going to prepare this for the splice chamber by removing the outer jacket. All right, now that we got the 900 stored, we're going to store the 250. So the 900 routes on a slot on the back of the tray here, and when you lay the fiber in, fold your tray over along with your fiber coming around. It'll be positioned on the inside tray. From here, we're just going to store the rest of the 250 ready for splicing. Once you've identified your feeder fibers, bring them to the splice tray by routing them under the fingers in the basket. Transition across to the splice tray and store fibers. Be sure to put your fibers underneath the tab on this tray as well. Alright, to close up, install your two provided tray hold down screws on the hinge side of the closure. Slide your tray assembly underneath those screws and then tighten the third screw at the base. Close your lid. And this is how we put drop into an OFDC A4. We open up the craft access piece of the closure, which is the bottom two latches. Lay the lid back, remove your dust cap from the assigned port that you're going to use. Take your prepared drop and lay it in the slot. This foam tape goes 2 inches from the ring cut. If you don't have a ruler, it's 2 inches from this T-bar to this T-bar. Lay the drop down in the slot. Use 2 black tie wraps. Cinch them down. Trim the tails. Clean your connector. And plug in. Route your remaining slack up underneath the bulkhead and see that your your drop does not get pinched in the gel. Alright, next up is a drop with a 900 micron subunit. In order to do that, you're going to need to open the cover to its complete open position by unbuckling the remaining latches. You're going to take the drop with the same foam measurements as previously, 2 inches. You put your foam tape. Cinch them down. Remove and clean the side port for your fiber. Plug in your fiber. Route your slack around to the 900 storage area. Be careful not to get the 900 in the gel seal. Alright, multiple drops can be placed into an OFDC A4 if both drops share the same dimension, that are going to share the same port, and if these drops are less than 0.17 inch or 4.5 millimeter. Prepare your drops the same way. Foam tape goes at the 2 inch mark. Take your gel tape, it's an accessory item that has to be ordered separately. Lay it across the port so that when you place the drop inside, it'll stay between the two cables, between the two drop cables. And then tie wrap. Store your slack as normal. When using locatable cable or drop, be sure to remove the locate messenger so that it doesn't go inside the closure when you're preparing your cable. You would lay it in according to normal procedure to see that your copper conductor remains outside the closure. Handle this according to local practice and according to NESC. Up the OFDC A4, give it a visual inspect to make sure everything's in place and not loose. Also, check for your port plugs. These are very important. Put port plugs in the ports that do not have cable in them. So you swing your cover over and latch the outside buckles first. When you attach the craft access door, again, take a look that no fibers are going to be pinched. You're going to slide the cover down into the channels that are into the base of the first lid. This is a double swung hinge, so it'll allow you to position this straight up and down, and then you push down. Put your buckles on and close.